Greetings everyone, and Grade here with another Age Mythology Replay. So on the north side is the blue Zeus. We have MarakuJa. Spawn south side is the red Zeus. We got FarBeyondDriven. So we've got a Zeus mirror matchup here. So, with a Zeus mirror matchup, let's see now. Zeus, of course, more of the infantry focus of the Greek gods. We do have Athena, which of course can give hoplites increased little bit max range and hack damage. And of course, the live stream started, and I get a spam bot off a kick. There we go, that's cleaned on up. Of course, there's also Pierce Armor as well, which archers are quite common, or you can access to Hermes, which give you some cavalry speed, as well as free Pegasus and cheaper Pegasus, which is quite nice. Getting a free Pegasus is always quite nice. And this map, more look at as well. We do have triple lakes over here, so half the map is not really traversable. Choke point hell. When it comes to relics, the map got Head of Orpheus. Gives improved building line sight, nothing too significant. Right here we do have Dwarven Horseshoes, make your cavalry 5% faster, so that could stack up with Hermes, in which Blue Zeus is going for Hermes. Dwarven Calipers give siege weapons to reduce cost, including siege weapons, so siege weapons cost favor. It doesn't say siege units, just siege weapons. And caravans are cheaper and faster. So blue's going for Hermes, while red's going for Athena, so it's not necessarily a mirror matchup any further. Ceasefire is a nice godfire, restoration's a bit more reliable, and blue's going heavy onto the centaurs. Luckily, Athena does offer Pierce Armor to resist centaurs. And we've got Northern Minotaur here and Jason trying to pursue the scout, allowing the centaur to push way forward and rotate the villagers around to the far side of the storehouse for a better. Oh! Zappy zap zap. Centaur has gone down, but of course we do have Centaur here. Stable built by Blue, so Blue's eyeing for some Hippus. Let's switch over to Red so we can keep an ear out on anything here, but looks like Red's just eyeing for Ego. In fact, looks like Red's going for a expansion, so both players are playing bit differently. Blue's going for aggressive, Red's going for economic. Two villagers here could receive some damage. More villagers are migrating to the town center. So this town center is pretty well depopulated. Delicious giraffes being obtained. I wonder how giraffe tastes in real life. But is giraffe neck meat any good? If you eat giraffe, do you eat the neck meat? Is that the only animal that you actually eye the neck meat? My apologies if you hear my drink open up. I'm getting a little bit thirsty. Of course, it's Friday, so I can get a little bit more energy drinks. My apologies. Towns that are now built. And of course got Jason and Hercules here, ready to engage the Centaur. We've got traversable lands here. He's trying to go for the arrow volley. Got a Hippus getting getting hit pretty hard by the town center. Centaur will escape over there. I hear something getting hit. That's actually this Hippus being engaged. Speaking about drinks, funny thing is when I first got to work today, got an email going around from a first sergeant saying, hey, there is an FDA recall on this sort of drink. It was filled with the wrong beverage. It was filled with an alcoholic drink rather than a caffeinated drink, so don't drink it. That's a big whoops. I wonder if that's going to be the ATF or the FDA is going to be trying to pursue legal action for mislabeling alcoholic products. Villagers do against the sentry towers, do have the guard tower queued, but not being researched. It is relatively expensive, that's why you should actually try avoiding for the watchtower upgrade. It's also one reason why Hades is oh so nice with Sentinels. After all, able to get just free defenses to help protect you from these initial raids. It's oh so nice, but blue has gone pretty heavy. We got 4 centaur on the field. Zeus has 4 villagers on to favor. Of course, got the 2 heroes here, but he needs to get H3 to get Odysseus to really lock down those centaurs. And looks like red maybe on the age up. No, nowhere enough food for it. But a lot of the stuff is pretty congested here. Got a couple hippos, got a barracks here with some hoplites. And blue is taking some hits there. Does save this centaur. Of course, the only way to heal it up without centaur up is through the healing temple of Apollo. In which I cover that a little bit later. Yeah, looks like blue's backing going back on in. Yeah, looks like blue's gonna be idle there. For Dionysus, you get access to health regen for Skyla and Hydra, got hit points and lifesteal on your cavalry. Or you go for Apollo, give you access to ship stuff, healing aura or healing castable healing from the temples. Increase range damage, range units, range attacks, so does not affect range myth units. Does not in theory, and of course putting line of sight. Overall, 2 relatively weak options for Zeus. The primary thing is the myth unit and the god power at that point in time. Bronze is very nice, Underworld Pass is very nice, Manticore are very nice, and I think Hydras are not that great. They can be very nice, but this is a lot of centaurs, a massive amount of arrow volleys there. 6 centaur in the field, though the 1 wounded centaur does get picked off there. Hercules does get some hits. There's got enough hippos there, got some regular hoplites here, but these are medium hippos. Hoplites are technically a counter, but the counter's not too great. The hoplites are a bit more of a generalist infantry rather than counter cavalry unit. Hippos does go down there. Remaining you see Crenellations is queued on up, or no, that's guard tower. Congratulations, is that age 2 or age 3? It is an age 2, costs 150, 150, not gold. But it does give you a bit of bonus damage versus cavalry. Centaur, of course, not classified as cavalry. It actually says ranged myth unit. Will that be affected by the Apollo stuff? It says range units, or range soldiers. Did it say range soldiers, or range units? Range units, so in theory, it may actually does affect centaurs. I actually don't know off the top of my head. I really think the stuff in Age Mythology needs a little bit better readability when it comes to unit classifications, when it comes to this sort of thing. Well, I don't remember that down there. What? So did they get an extra torch damage? I have not seen that before. I have no idea what that is. That's something from this patch. Oh. Kill counters and value. Okay. That's interesting. Excellent damage there by the centaur. I don't think it calculates the special attacks, because I'm pretty sure these guys have much higher damage there. So yeah, now they add kill and damage counters. I'm actually a little bit mixed on the aspect. You will be my reasoning is the fact that it could cause some in-opposition things. We got now a nice restoration there. Blue's just going to try to run away with Spear of Speed. Not going to use Ceasefire. He can always bolt something. Blue so has his Axis Bolt. He could bolt the Minotaur. Could save something next age. More Hippus, more Centaur. And the Aegis Shield would be a very good item versus all these Centaur. The reason why I'm sort of, like I said before I get in, against this is for optimization. There's more things the game has to store and could cause some frame rate issues in these larger fights. Though that could be mitigated, or maybe negligible, it's hard to say. This game I still believe is single core rather than multi-core, which if they're going to do any major upgrade, they should probably tackle that aspect. Villagers do get inside the town center here. Good number of hoplites here. Still a good number of centaur, which the hoplites will be ripped apart by the centaurs if they get a good arrow volley volley. What's that little bar there? Is that some sort of separation bar? Yeah, it doesn't show there. There's nothing there, but if anybody has dealt some sort of damage, it does. There's a little bar there. That's just probably just some sort of stats separation bar, I guess. Not sure. The scout has done 4 damage. And for medium hoplites and over there, we do have medium hoplite now. We do have blue is actually eyeing for Apollo, so in theory the sun ray upgrade, whatever it's called, just sun ray could buff up those centaurs quite nicely. And we got civilian war, which is something you probably should have gone for a bit more earlier. Increase the maximum range of centaurs and also increase the health. No DPS increase, but makes them easier to keep alive with increased health and range. Harder to pin down. Huh. These guys' speed is a little bit off. Oh, that's probably because of the spirited charge. Oh. Looks like the handful of hoplites didn't make their way over here. Got Jason trying to stab them. Let's look at those guys there. Good number of hippos here. And it looks like Zeus is also aging up to Apollo. So, Zeus and Zeus. So both Zeus is eyeing for Apollo. These both have access to Manticore. Red could actually transition to Manticore production to counter out the Centaur. Manticores are excellent units. We've also got Apollo here now being researched as well. Both players will have access to Healing Temple. More Hippus, more Centaur. Saraces and Aegis. Both largely acquiring favor at the moment. More hoplites by Red. At this point in time, Red may need out some stables in order to get out some Prodromos next age. Maybe get the medium cavalry upgrade while at it. His age up is almost complete. Hoplites, you have a movement speed of 4.9, so may want to be split up with a Minotaur. You have a movement speed of 4.5. Jason's pretty slow, same thing. Hercules actually moves at 5, so you can come with the hoplites. But some of those hoplites do took a bit of damage there. He is trying to. Oh, looks like got some pathing issues for the Centaur. Or he's trying to push him forward. Jason and Hercules doing a good job of zoning out the Centaur. If it's to go down to the cavalry. The pole marks need to get out of there. The delicious elephants being hunted. And those are some of the... Oh, got ceasefire there to withdraw those cavalry. Very nice. But we have the walls going on up. He's getting the formation. Red needs to... He has got the basic building there, so he cannot traverse there. He is stuck now. Yep, blue has to run down this way. Ceasefire lasts another 8 seconds. And blue at least need to get the centaurs away from all those units. You can try breaking through one of those walls. And I think red is going to take out all these units there. Centaurs going down, Hippus firing away. And blue loses all of his centaur. That is a pretty sizable loss. Blue's now transitioned to the Hypaspis. Red is transitioned to nothing at the moment. Both players, of course, have their underworld passage. Cannot build farm there. So one of the players is spamming up build more farms. Since I have red select, it's probably likely red. Olympian parentage. A fitting upgrade for Zeus, since most of the mythology around all the issues involved in Greek mythology largely involves around Zeus just sleeping around. Olympian parentage? No, Zeus parentage. Or parentage. We do have double Manticore here, very nice. I do love the Manticore. Such a good unit. Got another Hippus there. Got unupgraded Hypaspis on the field. Hercules now being researched. We do have a good amount of favor for blue, so we can go for more Manticores. Going for the Winged Messenger. Free Pegasus is always quite nice. Also makes Pegasus faster and sees farther, just making it even better. scouts. Heavy infantry now being researched by red. Blue, I think, doesn't even have medium just yet, so we've got heavy versus dark age. Odysseus and the Manticores do move at 4.6 so Hercules to outrange them. Or outspeeds them. Odysseus will hold. They're knocked back there by the Minotaur. Blue's going for more high passes. He needs at least a medium upgrade, I would say. Looks like all these units just being ripped apart. Yeah, right now the heavy upgrade does provide plus 15, plus 15. I think that does stack with medium. Not exactly sure. I guess, let's see. Got a high passes here who has 95 health. These guys have 119 health, which is... Yeah, I think that does... It is multiplicative. Look at the medium upgrade. Or additive. Because plus 15% when you have below 100 health will be less than 15, and that's clearly having more than 15. Blue's trying to go for Manticore. Like I said, they're good, but the problem is there's just simply a massive army here. Blue could cancel a Manticore and go for Ceasefire, right? 25 favor. We'll have to cancel both of Manticores and go for Ceasefire. Red has now established another town center. Red has 88 villagers versus 48. Manticores are in an urbanized terrain, which means a lot of forward mobility for these units. But it always feels like the in an old Age of Empires game, Age of Mythology feels like the units glide between buildings a little bit more easier than the other games. I think their hitboxes are much smaller. Oh, there's Underworld Passage by Blue. Gold. Okay. Blue pops back out there. Gonna take down, destroy that. It'll take a long time for this one or this one to get destroyed. Bolt, Blue some bolt, and Blue backs out the game. This is Angry saying thank you for watching, and on to next replay.